Welcome all the final year B.Pharm semester 7 2015 admitted student. Myself, Mr. Sachin S. Gaikwad, working as assistant professor at Department of Pharmaceutics in SND College of Pharmacy. So, students, our today's topic is syllabus introduction for the subject of biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics. It, its subject code is 476. Total number of hours allotted by the university is 45. 3 credit points are also given to these subjects. Before going to the content of the syllabus, we have to learn about the objectives. What are the different objectives we have to achieve during this course? The first important objective is that understanding the concept of biopharmaceutics and its application in F&A. F&A means the formulation and development. We have to study the basic concept of biopharmaceutics and also how to utilize that concept in development of various dosage forms. We have to learn these things in these subjects. Second one is the to study the pharmacokinetic process and their relevance in efficacy of a dosage form. Third one is to study the concept of viability and bioequivalence. Fourth one is the compartment models and non-compartmental analysis methods. Fifth one is the concept and mechanism of dissolution and IVIVC. IVIVC means in view of in vitro correlation. Whenever we have gathered this all information in our upcoming lecture, that time we will get the knowledge about the bioforms. Now we will move toward our actual course content. This biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics is mainly divided into the two sections, section first and section second. For the section first, university has allotted 23 hours to complete that section first. In the section first, there will also three chapters. Similarly, for the section second, university allotted 22 hours to complete that portion. Okay, now we will discuss about the section first. In that first chapter is the introduction. For that, 2 hours in our hands to complete this chapter. The introduction means the basic things. Basic things means the various definitions, like as the pharmaceutics and biopharm. So, what is the actual difference between the pharmaceutics and biopharmaceutics? What is meant by the absorption? What is meant by the viability? What is meant by the absolute viability? These all terminology which will we have to face in upcoming lectures is included into this introduction section, because this all basic information is important for development of a new dosage form. So this is the basic chapter. Second one important chapter is the ADME. For that chapter, university has given 8 hours time period. This chapter is mainly divided into the four main components. Wow. First one is the absorption. Second one is the distribution. Third one is the metabolism. And fourth one is the elimination. So, student, these four words, that is A, D, M, E, is very, very important. If we have the clear about idea about this absorption, distribution, metabolism, and elimination or excretion, that time you can able to develop a new dosage form for the particular molecule or a new drug molecule. Because for the development of a new dosage form, the all things you have to clear that. How that drug will get absorbed into the body, how it will get distributed, how it will get metabolized, and how it will get eliminated. So first one is the absorption. In this chapter, in this point, we have to learn about the various factor which is responsible or which is affect on the rate of absorption. Second one is the mechanism. After that, the first pass effect, pH partition hypothesis. Second important point under this chapter is the distribution. That is the various physiological barriers which is present in our bodies, like as the blood-brain barrier, cerebrospinal fluid barrier, uh, and that barrier will affect on the distribution of a drug. So we have to learn the concept of the physiological barriers. After one, the factor affecting the various which different factor which is also affect on the rate of distribution. Next one is the apparent volume of distribution. After that, the important points under this chapter, that is the metabolism. You everyone is already known about that. Whatever the things we have administered, it will get metabolized in body. So, we will discuss here clearly about drug, particularly about the drug. Means when we administer the any drug, how it will get metabolized. The phase first metabolism, phase second metabolism, factor affecting on the metabolism, activation, and tissue toxicity. These all things we have to learn under this point. After one important point is the elimination. The various routes through which the elimination will take place. After that, renal route, non-renal route, factor affecting, and clearance concept. In all these points, we have to study under this chapter. This is the huge chapter. Afterwards, the third important chapter for that 13 hours is specified by the university. That is a compartment model. This is a one hypothetical term, that is our body is made up of the variety of compartments. The one compartment in that main compartment is the blood, and on other body organs like as the lungs, uh, your kidney, livers. These are the secondary compartments. We have to learn how this blood or how the drug will get transported from the one compartment to the another compartment. These all things will be covered under this chapter. So we will just look out the various points. Like first point is the introduction to compartmental and non-compartmental analysis. Second one is the concept and their importance in the study of the form of finite. Third one is the one compartment open one. Fourth one is the assessment of pharmacokinetics parameters from plasma and urine data after IV bolus, means intravenous bolus administration, intravenous infusion, intravenous injection with a loading dose and oral administration. After that, a percent absorb time plot and determination of absorption and elimination rate based on one compartment model. Introduction to the two compartment. Likewise. In this way, the section first is completed. Now we will move towards the section second. For that, 22 hours is allotted by the university. It is this section is also containing the three chapters. The first one is the non-linear pharmacokinetics. Non-linear pharmacokinetics. Under this chapter, we have to study the detection of non-linearity. There are the two terminology, linearity and non-linearity. We have to determine or detection of a non-linearity. Second one important thing is the Michael-Menten equation. Next one is the definition of Vmax and Km. Afterwards, the determination of Vmax and K. And last one is the significance of non-linear pharmacokinetics. In this way, this chapter will get completed. Okay, the next chapter under this section second is the BCS. I think is no one candidate from your final year B Pharmacy is heard about this terminology or is unaware about this terminology BCS. The BCS means the biopharmaceutical classification system, and it is a very important system because whenever the formulation scientists have to develop the new dosage form from any drug moiety, that time he has known or he has clear idea about the drug which is belongs to in which category is BCS first, either it is a BCS second or it is a BCS 3 or BCS 4, because that data is helpful to this to that formulation scientist to decide which dosage form is suitable for this drug moiety or this drug candidate. Okay, so Under this chapter, we have to study the theories of dissolution. After one, the dissolution test apparatus. Okay, the USP, according to the USP, means the dissolution apparatus will be classified according to the USP and according to the IP and according to the B. Afterwards, the IVIVC is the in vivo in vitro correlation test. Afterwards, the mathematical models. Okay, many times the students will get confused between the dissolution apparatus and dissolution models. These two things are completely different from each other. Whenever in exam there will be the mostly the question is arise on the write down the dissolution models, and the students will easily write out that is the basket apparatus, paddle apparatus, flow through cell, reciprocating cylinder, and so on. But that it is a wrong answer. The, the dissolution models means what? Higuchi models, Cosmes Pepas model, Hexon Crowell models, likewise. So this all terminology is included under this chapter. For this chapter, university is prescribed or allotted the 7 hours. The next one is under section second. Next important chapter is the bioavailability and bioequivalence. For this chapter, university allotted 11 hours. Under this chapter, we have to study the definition and concept of absolute and relative viability. What is meant by the absolute viability and what is meant by the relative viability. Afterwards, the methods of assessing viability. How to assess the viability. Third one is the measures of viability, bioequivalence study, and introduction to the various study designs. And fourth one is the single dose bioequivalence study, review of regulatory requirement for conducting the bioequivalence study, bio-UVS and biosim. These all points are covered under this chapter. Last important points, that is recommended books. University has recommended certain books for you, and a very important book is that Biopharmaceutics and Pharmacokinetics, which is written by respected Dr. Brahmankar sir. It uh, is a very useful book for the students as well as the teacher also, because the basic concept in very understandable language. It is written by Dr. Brahmankar sir and Dr. Jaiswal sir. The second one is the Remington. Everyone has known about this. The science and practice. The science and practice of pharmacy. Third one is Rowlands and Tozer's clinical pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. Fourth one is the biopharmaceutics and clinical pharmacokinetics. Gibaldi, Milo. These all books are available in our library also. So you can get access. Also, apart from this, now it is available on soft copy online also. So you can refer this. But my one personal suggestion: you will not depend only upon these books. Apart from these, you can refer the various journals, research articles, which will be beneficial for you, not only for only attempting the exams. Apart from the examination, it is useful for your further research or research trip. So, in this way, our introduction of a syllabus will complete it. Afterwards, in our next lecture, we will start a new chapter. Okay, thank you very much for spending your time.